Today we are learning to use the associative property of multiplying. So yesterday you were looking at distribution, and today we're going to look at association. Now we've looked at association in class before, sort of earlier this year, like in October or November. I can't even remember now, but it'll be good to revisit it. This should all come back to you though. So if we look at this question, we've got 26 times 15. Now, if you were going to use distribution, you would probably break your question up. We'd maybe have a 20, maybe put a bracket around that, 20 times 15, and then I'd add that to 6 times 15, and then you could work out what that was, okay? Now, as I say, that's distribution though. That's when we're breaking things up, breaking the array up and then adding the bits back together. We're not going to do that today. We're going to do association. Now, to use association, we need to find factors, okay? So I want you to have a think about what the factors of 26 are and what the factors of 15 are. So if we had to think about that, we'd probably come up with factors of 26, we've got 13 and 2. I really can't think of any more other than 1 and 26. And then 15, we've got 5 and 3. All right, now when we're thinking about factors, we're trying to think about the ones that are going to work best for us. So if I'm looking at these options here, let's have a think. Maybe not even bothering with the 15's factors and just thinking about if we have 13 times 2 and we can multiply that by 15, then we can have 2 times 15. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to forget about these ones because I don't want them right now, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this equation. Now, if I'm going to use association, I can use the factors from one of my numbers, but remember that I have to multiply them together. So I'm going to put in 13 times 2 times 15. Okay, so 26 times 15 is also equal to 13 times 2 times 15 because 26 is equal to 13 times 2. So we can just sub 26 out for 2 of its factors as long as we're multiplying them together. Now, the associative property of multiplying says that it doesn't matter which order you do these in. So you can do 13 times 15 first if you want, or 2 times 15, or 2 times 13, or 13 times 2. It doesn't matter. It's whatever one you think works for you. And like I said before, I think I would like to do 2 times 15 because that would make a nice easy number for us to work with. So then we'd have 13 times 30. Okay. And then once I have 13 times 30, I can think about 13 times 3, which is 39. So 13 times 30 must be 390. All right. So we've used association by breaking up one of our numbers in our multiplying sentence into its factors and multiplying them together as well. Now, I didn't have to use 13 and 2 and 5 and 3. I could have done it a different way. So we could have done 26 times 15 equals, and we could have chosen something else. So maybe you, when I was doing this, you were looking at 5 and 3 and going like, ooh, I like 5. I'd like to keep 5. So if we put them back here. Okay, so maybe you were thinking, well, actually, I quite want to keep all of those. So you could have written them all in. So 13 times 2 times 5 times 3. And pop them all in here, and then decided which ones you wanted to do first. So maybe maybe you're looking at that going, why don't we do 13 times 3 first? And so 13 times 3 is equal to 39. So it'd be 39 times 2 times 5, because I haven't used 2 or 5 yet. Okay, and then 2 times 5 is 10, which is, woohoo, that's a good, nice and easy one. So maybe I'll do 2 times 5 together. So then I have 39 times 10. Well, that one was nice and simple, wasn't it? I liked that one. And then that is equal to 390 again. Okay, so just using the factors of our numbers to make our lives a little bit easier, because 26 times 15, maybe you can't do that mentally, but once you use the factors and break them down a little bit, then you can. Okay. All right, this time we're going to do 25 times 28, and this one has a beautiful, beautiful number in it. It has 25, and we've talked about this before, but 25 is really good because 25 times 4 equals 100. So if you've got a way to make that 100, then you're laughing, okay? So if we think about, we're going to leave 25, but if we think about the factors of 28, we've got 2 and 14, but we also have 4 and 7, okay? So thinking here, I'm thinking, well, 2 and 14 are a bit useless. I don't want to use 2 and 14. I want to use 4 times 7, because 4 times 7 is going to help me make that 25 a 100. All right, so then we're writing in 25 times 4 times 7, because 4 times 7 equals 28, and I've just used the associative property to sub that out, which is equal to 100 times 7, which is, and then I'll pop that up here, which is equal to 700. Bing, bang, boom. Nice and simple. Okay, or we could try a different one. Let's try 15 times 32. All right. If we're thinking about the factors here, if we've got 15, we've got 5 times 3. Whoop. For 32, we've got a few. We've got 16 times 2. We've also got 8 times 4. Okay, so let's have a think about what would work best for us here. I'm thinking 4 times 15 is a nice easy 60. So maybe we'll leave the 15 and use these ones. So then we won't use these ones or these ones. We'll just think about 4 times 15. So we'll do 15 times 4 times 8. Pop that up there. Okay. Which is equal to 15 times 4 is 60. So 60 times 8. And if we know that 6 times 8 is 48, then this must be 480. All right, which is nice and just much easier to do. And we'll do one last example. Let's try 12 times 22. All right, so 12 times 22. Now, 12's factors, again, we've got 3 times 4, 2 times 6. Okay, and then 22, we really only have 2 times 11. What to do, what to do. Now, if you're looking here, what we could do, and it's up to, like, however you choose to solve it is how you choose to solve it. But I'm looking here and I'm thinking, if I leave the 12 as it is, so I don't use these ones, if I leave the 12 as it is, and I go 12 times 2 times 11, well, I know 12 times 11 because I know my 12 times table, and I know that's 132. So if I do that, then I could just multiply that by 2. So we'll do that. So we'll do 12 times 22 is equal to 12 times 11 times 2. And we'll do 12 times 11 equals 132 times 2, which just means that our answer is going to be 264. All right. Okay, what you're going to do today is I'd like you to use the associative property to multiply, and then you're going to do these questions. I will take a picture of that and add it to your assignment as well, but have a think, slow down, have a think, use your judgment. What factors are going to work? What factors are going to make your life easier? Sometimes using too many factors and breaking it up too much is going to make your life more difficult than it needs to be. So just have a think and see which ones work for you. Okay, enjoy.